morning, PotCoins. Today is Sunday, 29 June 2014. We are currently on block 326255 of the Pot chain. Here's what's been going on this week. The summer of PotCoin has started. First on the list of promotions is the San Francisco Cannabis Cup. It's going on right now, and the PotCoin team is there. They're handing out goodies including informational brochures, stickers, and most notably, PotCoin gift cards. The PotCoin card is a pre-loaded gift card containing PotCoins. They will be available in a variety of denominations, and the PotCoin will be giving out a bunch of them. Or you can buy them to use or give as a gift to new PotCoiners. The cards look great and are in line with the new simple, clean design scheme. I suspect these cards have something to do with the price increase. All the coins currently on the cards are coins that are not on open markets. Depending on how many coins are allotted to the cards, this is potentially good for a few reasons. It keeps the price more stable. Most people receiving these cards will likely not dump them on exchanges. It will encourage more people to try and use PotCoins. The more people that try and use them, the more places will want to accept PotCoin. And the more places that accept them, the more useful PotCoin will be as a currency, and it can start to get away from being traded back to fiat or Bitcoin. If a merchant accepts PotCoin and converts them to Bitcoin or fiat instantly, there is no benefit to using PotCoin. This is a problem that a lot of skeptics have noted, claiming that it's just a gimmick, a fad, or a trick. But if merchants can do more with PotCoin, such as pay manufacturers, suppliers, and employees with PotCoins, then it will create its own economy independent of fiat and Bitcoin. And once PotCoin is a decentralized independent economy, even more places outside of the cannabis industry will want in. All this might sound too good to be true, but the reality is that this won't happen overnight. It's a long-term plan. It took the internet over 30 years before more people used it than didn't, and it took smartphones 7 years before reaching the tipping point of more people using them than not. With the amazing speed that PotCoin is growing, a long term might be as short as 3 to 5 years. Pot Delivery App. Two 19-year-old students from Washington State are developing an app similar to Uber or Lyft, but for medical pot delivery. The app, titled Canary, would allow customers to select an amount and a strain from any participating dispensary, pay for it, and have it delivered. Drivers would work much in the same way as Uber or Lyft, choosing to accept pickups and drop-offs near them. The creators of the app claim that the technology already exists, it's been tested, and it works. The main problems all center around legal issues, but despite potential legal issues, they have enthusiastic investors and plan on launching the service in late July of this year. 51% attack on legalization. With New York becoming the 23rd state to legalize medical use, pot is closing in on a 51% attack against federal law in the U.S. It's expected that by this time next year, 26 out of 50 states will have legalized medical use. Once that happens, the 51% attack will cause a fork in logic. One chain will be logically consistent, where the federal law cannot stand on claims that pot is a Schedule I substance with no medical benefit. And by default, federal law must change or just get orphaned. The forked chain will be logically inconsistent, and members of the government will continue to claim that they represent the majority while actively doing the opposite of what the majority wants. Similar to mining a forked crypto, the forked chain will be worthless, and those still holding on to the forked chain will lose all the time and effort they've put into upholding the false belief that pot is evil and has no benefit. 100% compliance. Since recreational sales have started in Colorado, 0 dispensaries have sold to minors. Law enforcement has set up multiple sting operations to try and catch a dispensary selling to a minor with perfect results. From this data, it seems that minors are not attempting to shop at recreational dispensaries, and the minors enlisted by law enforcement to break the law have failed. All shops have verified identification and refused anyone under 21. The only ones attempting to break laws are law enforcement. I personally can't understand any justification for the people sworn to uphold the law willfully violating the laws they're supposed to enforce, and coercing minors to violate the law in an attempt to get someone else to violate a law seems wrong from every angle. The concept of a sting operation is morally wrong. How can anyone support criminal activity with the intent of creating more criminal activity? It's as if the state is planting seeds of criminality with the intent of growing and harvesting criminals in the future to continue to fuel the prison industrial complex. On the other side of underage sting operations, the Colorado report for alcohol sales to minors for last year is 25 pages long with roughly 200 violations. Again, begging the question of how can we tolerate law enforcement orchestrating criminal activity? Dark Wallet Alpha 5 has been released. There has been a lot of work put into Dark Wallet, and while it's still not recommended to use with real Bitcoins yet, this version has a lot of bug fixes. The first beta version is expected within 2 months. Dark Wallet is an obfuscator of transactions with the goal of protecting privacy and anonymity. Most governments view obfuscation as money laundering, while most people that care about their freedom see it as protection from governments. Security through obscurity is a powerful tool when Big Brother is always watching. A Bitcoin is still worth a Bitcoin. On Friday, the U.S. Marshal Service auctioned off almost 30,000 Bitcoins that were seized from Silk Road servers last year. The winners of the auction will be notified privately on Monday, or maybe publicly if the government leaks the list again like it did last week with the list of bidders. This auction set in stone that a Bitcoin is a Bitcoin regardless where it came from, what it was used for, or how it was obtained. Just like $1 is still worth $1, even if it was used in illegal activity. With this precedent of fungibility, Bitcoin's future is looking up. If you happen to get some bits that were tainted by the Silk Road, they are just as good as if you had mined them. Like a $20 bill that was rolled up and used to snort coke can still be spent the same as one you had gotten new from the bank. The concept of Bitcoin taint is now void. Also, since fungibility has been established, the IRS needs to rewrite the laws that attempt to have Bitcoiners pay capital gains. Since a Bitcoin is worth a Bitcoin, it doesn't matter how much it was worth when you got it, and it doesn't matter how much it was worth when you spend it. It also doesn't matter if the IRS thinks that you owe them money. They have nothing to do with Bitcoin, and they don't consider it legal tender. So there is no reason to give them anything involving Bitcoin. And by next year's tax deadline, there will be many options to keep your Bitcoins safe, even if the government is trying to steal them, such as Dark Wallet, BitLaundry, Helix, and other Tumblr, Mixer, or Obfuscator services. Last week, I briefly mentioned PotFunder. It's a crowdfunding platform for charity and bounties. Their opening charity was a fund for Fragile X syndrome research, and it's already received over 150% of its original goal, thanks to the generosity and support of the PotCoin community. The site is easy to navigate and looks really good. It's a great way to use PotCoins to better the world. Some other cryptocurrencies, like Dogecoin, have sent the Jamaican bobsled team to the Olympics and got a NASCAR. PotCoin seems to have slightly bigger goals, such as curing diseases and making the world a better place for everyone by spreading legalization and freedom. And anyone can start a campaign for a charity or a bounty. The site was created by two of the most active members of the PotCoin community, Ironhammer5 and Deemington. Both of these guys have been into PotCoin since the beginning and continue to do exceptional work for the PotCoin community. I can't wait to see what amazing projects they'll come out with in the future. So make sure you check out PotFunder.com and spare a few pot to charity or start your own. That's all for this edition of Mad PotCoins. Smoke 'em if you got 'em.